It's soy sauce. I'm losing my voice. I'm not really sure if I'm getting a cold or if it's just because I've been yelling for the past 2 days or 4 days or whatever because I've been on adventures. I haven't been at my house for like over a week now, so partially the reason why I haven't been making videos. I've only uploaded like one video in the past week and a half ish because I just was with my friends. I haven't been at my house. My mom's away for a while. I was staying at my house with my grandparents and then I decided to leave for a while because I needed time for things. So, yeah. Um, I am gonna get into a little story time video. I was I've been watching a lot of Tana Mojo, I think I pronounced her name right. She does a lot of storytime videos, and although my voice is completely terribly awful, I'm going to attempt to tell you guys a story and keep it under 15 minutes because if I don't, I won't be able to upload it. So I'm really sorry that I sound like a dying old man, and I'm also missing a wing right here. I'm just wearing my mom's baggy t-shirt, and let's get this show on the road, people. Yeah, alright. So, I'm going to talk about why I never really liked spiders to begin with, but I'm going to talk about why I really, 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 really don't like spiders. Alrighty. So, um, I've been going to this camp for like 10 years, and I go every summer. And, I think it was 2 summers ago, we went camping while at camp because we go on like canoe trips and stuff. And we went on a 3 day canoe trip, and there's this girl who I'm not gonna name because I'm gonna try to keep that confidential. If she's watching this, I'm really sorry. But there was this girl who kind of just smelled really, really bad. Like really bad. Like it literally. Imagine somebody went around to every different culture in the entire world and ate food from every different culture and then just had like this massive fucking diarrhea shit like coated in vomit. Like that is exactly what it smelled like. Maybe a little bit worse, but you know. So there was about I think there were 7 girls on the canoe trip, and there was maybe like 8 guys or something like that. And so obviously the guys stayed in the guys' tents, the girls stayed in the girls' tents. We don't mix that, blah blah blah, whatever. So none of us wanted to sleep in the tent with this girl who smelled really bad, but the counselors didn't want us to feel like we were excluding her, so they made us sleep in a tent with her. But they wouldn't let us sleep in the other tent with the other girls, so we basically had the choice between sleeping outside and sleeping in the tent with her. So the first night, I had an argument with one of the girls in the tent that I was supposed to stay in, so I ended up sleeping outside with my friend who slept outside with me. It was really beautiful, it was really nice, like the stars were beautiful. We just kind of like laid out in our sleeping bags and slept outside. It was like the first time that I ever actually slept outside under the stars, and it was absolutely beautiful. I loved it. So no problems there. The next day, we go to the next campsite, and I'm supposed to be sleeping in a tent with this girl who smells really bad, and so was like my 2 friends, and we all decided that the 4 of us who were really close friends were all going to sleep outside. Sorry, my voice sounds so bad. So, we set up a bunch of dry bags, and if you don't know what dry bags are, they're basically what you put your stuff in when you go canoeing so that if the boat tips, they will float and your stuff won't get completely soaking wet. So we laid out a bunch of dry bags and we were sleeping on those inside of our sleeping bags. And it was about, I don't really know what time it is. I was just kind of assuming what time it is based on where the moon was in the sky. And I'd say it was about maybe like 12 ish when, because we're not allowed to bring watches on trip. Anyway, so let's say it's about 12-ish, and my 2 friends, not like my best friend, I'm not going to name names in any of this, but my best friend, who was also sleeping outside, our other 2 friends decided that they were going to go and stay in the tent because they weren't actually, like, they didn't have to sleep in the tent with the girl who smelled bad. They just decided they were going to go and sleep in the other tent. So they go to sleep in the other tent, and the whole night, my best friend's really, really allergic to spiders, and the entire night she was like complaining about how the spiders were fighting her and everything, and how like she thinks there's spiders crawling on her and whatnot. And I was like really, really tired, like because we had gone on trip, and I was just really tired, and I was like, dude, just go inside your sleeping bag, like you'll be fine. There's no spiders in there, whatever. Just like pull your head inside your sleeping bag and you'll be good. And so she did that, and then I'd say it was about 4 in the morning. Again, basing where the moon was in the sky is what I'm guessing. But my friend wakes up and she's like, "Look, I'm going in the tent now. Are you gonna come with me?" And I was just like, at that point where you're like really tired and you're like whining, and I was like, "No, like fine, I'm gonna stay out here." So I decided that I was gonna sleep outside all by myself. And at the time, it didn't really seem like a big deal because I was like really tired. I was just like, whatever. And so before that, like in the daytime when the first day that we got there, we were going to go swimming in the rapids. But see, we could only do it if a counselor was supervising us, and we all had to wear life jackets. And so my friend and I, we were changing up in the tent, and then we hear like somebody like coming like down the path or whatever. So we get outside the tent, and there's this guy on a golf cart, like nonchalant, just like zooming out of the forest on a fucking golf cart in the middle of nowhere. Like we were on an island that he literally, like, I don't really know how he got that golf cart there because there was no houses on the island, and he just like freaking zooms out of the forest on a golf cart, and we're just like, bruh, like what the hell? So he gets off the golf cart and he goes down to where like the rapids are and just starts like nonchalant like swimming in the rapids, and I'm like, buddy, like what, where did you